was kind of watching a little bit, then I wasn't, because I was upset a little bit about it too, because I'm like, that ain't me, like,
right.
Nigga, I never had a father, like.
Oh.
You know what I mean? You got me in there where I got a father. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
They had me like I was living in the elevator shaft.
Yeah.
I'm like, nigga, I ain't never living no fucking elevator.
They had you sleeping in the streets. Nigga, I'm like, damn, my nigga was.
I'm like, damn, I slept on the benches, but goddamn, like,
yeah.
They had the man. I remember that. They had the. I don't know. What was it, the first season? Yeah, had the man sleeping up on the roof. That was rough. About having him up on the roof with it.
So we all had our personal, that ain't real shit. You know what I mean?
Right.
You know what I mean? And then I think one of the biggest things too that we were a little upset about, but you know, like I said, it was still business. It wasn't nothing personal, but these niggas wasn't from New York. The actors.
Yeah.
Oh
yeah.
So you know that was the first thing that struck a chord.
Yeah.
Like, he ain't from here. Like he ain't.
What did they get right? That they got on.
Nah, you know what it was? They started finessing it after a while.
Okay.
You know what I mean? It took time. It kept getting better.
Right.
You know what I mean? And I think that's where I give those cats their flowers. And shout out to the young crew that did their thing. You know what I mean? Nothing personal, because they know how I feel. Because I was threatening them like, yo, do the right thing.
That's crazy.
Like, yo, be us. You know what I mean? Not super threatening. You know what I mean? But just you know what I mean? You know what I mean? It's like, yo, you know, when I look at these movies and
yeah, I remember really getting into it, like the middle of the season. Okay, the one dude started feeling like Raekwon, and everybody keeps saying that the dude playing ODB. Who else? The dude who was playing You God, kind of. I think that was second season though. But yeah, but like I really got into him after a while. I really got at first. He was like, you know, what is this? And he really got into it after a minute.
You know, certain movies I look at, it's like, yo, I want a nigga to play us to the maximum and be what you supposed to be.
Who would you? I'm just curious. Who would you like? Shout out to the niggas on Hulu, but like, let's say if you were to create a movie, no budget, they just gave you unlimited budget. Who would you have play you?
Damn, that's ill right there, because I would have to really sit down and think about that one.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But you know, it's a lot of little niggas that I think that got that spirit. You know what I mean? But that's a hard one right there. I can't even hit that on the head.
Yeah,
right
I feel, because
I would have to sit down and think about.
Because I was thinking about that. I was like, damn, who would I get to play me? Because I seen you in an interview talking about you had Leonardo DiCaprio working with you to actually do the movie. And I was like, damn, I'm sure y'all movie would have been crazy with as far as the acting. You know what I'm saying? Like the people that they would have got.
You know, I was, you know, of course, when Leo was talking, you know, to me, I thought he would have took it a little bit more Goodfella style. You know, more like 50 Shit Get Rich Die Trying type of, more realer.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I think, you know, our series is more trying to cater to the young audience, and me and, you know, I would challenge RZA about those ideologies, because I felt like, yo, man, like, you know, we some niggas from the street. I know niggas would really want to hear, like, some real shit, like, because it even fascinates me sometimes when I sit here and I look at each one of my members and think about their history.
Right.
You know what I mean? When I know Ghost is notorious, and, you know, Ghost is a straight up crook. You know what I mean? Ghost would get mad and be like, that ain't me, nigga. I chopped niggas before. I cut niggas. I did, you know, that's not my personality right there. Yeah. Or whatever the case may be. And this has nothing to do with the actors. It's just, we are that passionate about somebody playing us.
That's true. That's
you know what I mean? So, you know, as an artist, you know, you can feel like that. You know, and I'm not saying that they didn't put their best foot forward, because
but it just don't represent what
it just wasn't a 100. You know what I mean? We always want to give our fans 100, but it was.
I feel you, because I'm not gonna lie. Like watching the show, they made you look like you was wildin', nigga. I was like,
Word, like, yo.
damn, bro, shot bro crib up
Yeah.
first episode, first 5 minutes. Like, god damn, right?
What's going on
Yeah,
for
I
us,
said the
though?
chef for real.
We ain't ghosts and shit,
Yeah.
but nah, but you know, at the end of the day, like I said, some things in there were inspired
I understand.
by some of the things that took place in the hood.
Yeah.
And some of our personalities. We just wanted to give, because we know how much niggas love us, you know what I mean? So, you know, you want to give enough of it, but at the same time, it is show business.
Right.
You know what I mean? They do it every day.
Right.
You know what I mean? Everything that you hear ain't always what it may be. You just gotta respect it as a film. You know what I mean?
Right.
But some things were facts in there. Some things was factual.
Yeah.
You know. But at the end of the day, it was just us really feeling like just wanted a little bit more realer, a lot more realer, if it was up to me. You know.
But let me ask you this, wouldn't it? Because now that y'all have the show, I feel like it made me more invested in y'all to walk the movie. So I don't see really I feel like y'all can still do the movie.
Right.
Me personally.
And see, I always thought that people may look at that and be like, I don't even want to see nothing else. You know?
Oh, nah, hell no.
You
Hell
know?
no. Because niggas watch the documentary. The niggas that watch the documentary still watch the show.
Right.
If you come out with some more niggas gonna watch it all.
Niggas gonna watch it, right?
Yeah.
It's like looking at Pablo Escobar. They got like 90 fucking.
They got 90
documentaries about.
Yeah,
it. Like,
I'm gonna watch all them bitches.
Yeah, and you know, we wound up saying that, you know what I mean? And you know, for me, you know, I always felt like that's something that I would be passionate about doing because, you know, of course, when I write rhymes, I'm always in a storytelling mindset anyway. So that's how we looked at it at the end of the day. It's like, yo, you know what? This is the Candyland version, you know what I mean? Then when you get to the Nightmare on Elm Street version, that's when I'm going to probably be on the set.
Yeah.
Doing my directorials, you know?
Yeah.
But it was so much more that to me could have been really spoken on, like the part, put it like this, like the part where RZA got into some shit out of town and he had to go to court. Like, to me, that could have been more serious because the more I think about that, right, like Riz got into some shit in Ohio.
That was the second season.
And, you know, they shot some niggas and Ghost got shot in the neck and, you know, that shit was a wild situation and RZA got bagged and he was on trial. He was on trial and if he would have blew trial, it wouldn't be no Wu-Tang.
Damn.
And this is a fact. You know what I mean? So to me, they could have really told it the way it really was because it was a life or death situation. You know what I mean? Right. Even with Ghost, you know, fighting with the nigga with the gun, like Ghost grabbed the nigga gun. You know, the niggas came in to shoot shit up and whatever the case may be. Ghost grabbed it, wrestling with the nigga, boom, shot went off, boom, you know what I mean? Hit his neck. You know, oh shit, yo, took the gun for the nigga, blasting or whatever. But if RZA going to court probably was one of the most wildest shits because in all reality, his lawyer got him out of that shit. You know what I mean? Because if his lawyer didn't get him out of that, RZA probably would have had to do like 20 years. You know what I mean? There wouldn't have been no Wu-Tang Clan. You know what I mean? It wouldn't have been none of that. So the way they shot it and the way they went about it, it just could have been more of like a horror story. If it was up to me, I would have made it a little bit more deeper. That's all.
Real life.
20 years. Ooh. That would have been right. No Wu-Tang. That would have been horrible. That would have been rough. But getting back to the what was it? The American Saga. Yeah, the one people complain about is the dude playing RZA. That ain't RZA right there. You know, and the voice thing. One thing I did like about the dude who played RZA, they always showed him in his basement studio. He stayed on the beats, and I like the episode where I think it was the second season. He was going around looking for records and stuff. Yeah, I gotta watch them all. Now I gotta watch them. Now I gotta watch it all over again and then get to season 3. But yeah, he went to to like 3 or 4 different record stores looking for something, and then the sampling, and then because I keep talking about the keyboard and the drum machine. If we didn't move, we'd have had that drum machine was something serious. Then they said his original beat machine. Okay, selling for like what's it say, 90K or 30K, whatever the hell it was. It's crazy. But yeah, that was the only one made people had a problem. It was the guy that played I think there was two different people that played Reb, wasn't it? I think, yeah. That was the main one. There was a RZA character. That was the main one people was getting frustrated with.